Hey everyone. So great to see you. Hey everybody in the chat. I always enjoy chatting with you guys live in the premiere. This is pre-recorded, so it's usually recorded Monday mornings and put out every Thursday for us all to chat together. So yay. Thanks for giving me something to look forward to. And I love hearing what you guys are doing with this playing in the background too. It's always fun. So a big hug to all of you watching this live, watching live when it comes out in the premiere, you know what I mean? Um, yeah. So what else? Had a couple of videos come out this week. One of them is for the military, if you haven't seen that one, or people with mental disorders, which every single person, if you have an ego, has a mental disorder. But if you've had a particularly difficult time with mentally or developmentally disabled people in your life, or anybody who's just suffered as a veteran or had PTSD or schizophrenia or any of that, you might want to watch that video. It might help. Or pass that on to somebody who you know has been suffering during these times. And then there's also a video updating everybody on my website, those changes, as well as addressing Mercury retrograde, doing a blissing for that, and receiving some oracle guidance for the Mercury retrograde. So if you haven't seen either of those videos, you might want to go back and watch those. Other than that, I guess we'll just begin. All right, so let me put this aside and I'll get my little, get some pampering going here. Yeah, there we go. All right, so we have order 5065, and I've got my wonderful tea I just told you guys about in Telegram. I have finally put all my Telegram links underneath the video, underneath all of my videos. So I've changed the description down below. It's simpler. And if you guys ever want to know where I'm at currently or what's going on or want to know more information, please always look down in the description of the video to see if the information is there before asking me, because some of you have emailed me and the information has been underneath the video. So or commented or whatever. So just peek underneath the video and just see if it's there first, please. Okay. Oh, it's so good. It's basically 3 bags of hibiscus tea, 1 bag of sweet tangerine, all yogi teas. So it's super, super, super yummy iced tea. Okay. 5065. And that's for a carafe full. So since it's tough to put the tea bags in the carafe and do it that way, I just put the boiling hot water with the 4 tea bags in a 2-cup 2-cup glass, and then I pour it into the carafe and then add water to it to top it off. And then if you've got your I also taught you how to do flower, like make a flower power, kind of a combination of different Bach floral essences. Then you can take a look at that also on Telegram. And if you've got that, you can just add your drops to the tea and it's just wonderful. Okay. 5065. Hi, Amy. I hope this message finds you well. I recently sent my DM a set of messages. I feel extremely emotional as I am writing this to you. And in my messages, I expressed my frustration towards his cold and indifferent behavior towards me. I even cursed him out, as I felt like he has been throwing me F-bombs after F-bombs with his silence and indifferent behavior. I told him I cannot wait anymore, that I am exhausted from motivating him all these years, and that he cannot blame me if I decide to give my daughter a sibling with someone else, that he can only blame himself. I feel incredibly hurt by him, and I cannot even begin to explain my pain. Can you please ask how my message has impacted him and where his mind is in all of this? Thank you in advance. I understand this better than you may even know. You know, it's like all of us feminines have suffered in this way. You are not alone. We have all been through this exactly to the T. So, like, show of hands for all of you watching this right now who totally understand where she's coming from. I bet every single one of you, at least in the chat, are like, amen, sister, because yes, absolutely. We all go through it in the journey, and the masculines can say the same, you know, that they have gone through the ringer on their end. They truly are doing the best that they can. They're dealing with addictions. They're dealing with their resentments toward us. And who do we think we are to be living these happy lives without them, and to be, or so they think, and whatever else. The divine masculines also, I feel like one of the reasons that they don't reach out to us when they're going through these different transitional periods, transformational periods, is because they don't want to see you in the muck and the mire of it, and they also don't want additional pressure and input through that. You know, they don't want, you know, like if they start talking to you or letting you know what's going on or whatever, then there all of a sudden is this like, well, why don't you tell me what's going on now? And why don't you tell me what's going on now? And why don't you tell me what's going on now? It's like you continue to want input, and you want, you know, you might give them advice or tell them, you know, this is what I think you should do to da da da. And it's like they have enough of that in their life. What they really want from you is that they want to show up like the knight in shining armor when they're all polished and ready. They don't want to show up like a work in progress. Unless they can show up in such a way that they could communicate the idea that, you know, I'm here for you, I love you, I support you, I really want to be with you, but I have these things going on right now, and they don't necessarily need to go into the details, but please give me a couple months, you know, just I need some space still, but please give me a couple months to work on this, and I promise to give you a progress report if you'll hang in there with me in like a couple months, and I'll let you know what's going on at that time, so I don't leave you hanging over the holidays. Or, you know, there is a way that the masculines can communicate to you without giving you too many details, and letting you know also that they need continued space. But don't be expecting that from them, because not all masculines are that good of communicators, or they might be insecure about communicating that well with you in a way. So just know that they have their reasons, and if they're not communicating with you, or if they're even telling you to F off or whatever they're doing, just they're going through their stuff. And I know what you're thinking when I say that. I'm going through my stuff, and all I've done is support him and be kind and loving to him. When is he going to care about me? When does it come this way? When do I get the comfort? When do I get the reassurance? When do I get the benefit of the doubt? I get it. I totally get it, you guys. I totally understand. Ah, it is such a tough journey. It really is. So let's take a look at your masculine, see how he's feeling since you've told him how you felt. And yeah. I know. I'm speaking for all of us over here in the chat. Like, it is, yeah, we know. So how is he feeling? What's he thinking and feeling about her right now? He's worried. He's worried, and he's feeling like he needs to somehow gather some gumption and come out of hiding. And he's just practicing wisdom. He's juggling, like, whether it's fear or it's wisdom that's holding him back. He's like, it's a little bit of both, but he's thinking, he's weighing out the pros and cons of coming forward now versus a little bit later. And he feels like not quite ready. I feel like he's about 87% there, though. I do feel he's working on it. He knows you guys are stuck. I think he's shocked by what you said to him. I think it makes him feel Oh, insecure, in some ways, because hang on a minute. I feel like he feels like you're talking to him like he's a child in a way, so maybe just a little bit defensive, but knowing that he deserves it too, it's like, yeah, I'll take my lumps, because she's right. She's ultimately right that I'm not treating her right. Um, and he knows he has to give back to you, and he really has to get out of being stuck in a standstill. He's got to balance that out with some kind of action that gives back to you. He realizes that, and he really wants to put in the work to heal this, because he knows he's devastated you by not giving back. He's also listening to his intuition. He really is trying to use his wisdom and intuition in terms of when is it time to cultivate this happy family with her. He really does know that you're his dream come true. And I feel like he feels a spiritual connection to you even. I feel like he might be feeling you in the 5D, and it makes him really happy when he does. It's like, whoa, I think those were her feelings, not mine. Whoa, because I wasn't feeling that way, and now I'm feeling that. Whoa, like I think he's a little surprised how intuitively he is connected to you. And I do also feel that there's something he's trying to heal from childhood that made him choose perhaps the wrong lover, the wrong person. If that's what he did, I feel like he realizes now, and he's been healing whatever issue that was from childhood that made him choose that other person. He wants to work hard to have a baby with you even. I think he's thinking, oh yeah, you were talking about the sibling for your other ones. He's had that in mind. He's going to be celebrating having a new beginning with you, and he's anticipating having that victory and giving you the clarity that you need. He feels very passionate about this connection. He really wants it to happen. He's looking out at the horizon, eagerly anticipating the moment when he gets to heal this with you. And I felt a passionate kiss with that. He really wants to get naked and vulnerable with you on every possible level. Just really put it out there and extend an olive branch. Like, please forgive me. And I don't deserve your forgiveness. You have every right to cut me out of your life. I don't deserve for you to give me a second chance, but I will work my ass off to prove to you that I'm the man that deserves you. But I still feel like he's got a ways to go, because there are no pages here, but there are no kings here either. There's a knight. There's two knights. You have the Knight of Pentacles, and then the Knight of Wands. So he's getting more courage to get unstuck and go forward from being like at a snail's pace. But I also feel like God's got to step in with some intervention in here I feel like him digging in his heels a little bit in terms of like feeling totally prepared. And it might have something to do with, let's see, worried about a child, worried about a child, and some kind of an apology he owes you. So let's look at some masculine cards and see what comes up with that in that. I mean, he's getting there. I think this is just confirming the 87 or whatever I said percent. He really wants to come to you healed and whole, and to like love himself better by the time he comes to you. I'm very sick, or someone close to me is. Maybe if he has a kid, maybe the kid is sick, or if he's got someone dependent on him, but whatever it is, he doesn't want to burden you with the situation. He just wants to take care of it. So let me offer a blessing to help if they'll allow. Yeah. Ha ama ama anatay shinshe la kepi insan say. Okay. I plan to call or visit within a matter of weeks if all goes as planned. Now these guys they can turn things around pretty quick. So they can go for, I did just see the 8 of Wands too, which I used to call like my popcorn card, like once the kernels start popping, it really starts going off. So even though he's 87%, like, he could go that last 23%, like, or is it 13, like really fast. I plan to call or visit within a matter of weeks if all goes as planned. I'm having to do a lot to get ready and don't want you to know that I'm coming. So please just be happy and know that I'm on my way. There is a sense of optimism about him. Like I got a trick up my sleeve and I'm feeling kind of excited about this plan. He could really use some consistent messages of love while he goes through some tough stuff. I know that's the last thing you want to provide him with right now. Please hold my hand, though, from a distance while I get over this hump. I'll explain later. I feel like if you had the chance to explain everything that was going on right now, you would actually understand. So at least be praying for his well-being. At least be praying that, he love himself, that he be able to get through whatever he's faced with right now, and that you guys do have the chance to have that reconciliation and have a good heart-to-heart about the whole thing soon. Turns out you were right. My ego is bruised, but I ultimately want you in my life more than I need to be right. I just have to swallow my pride a minute, as I'm not used to this feeling. So, yeah. I'm so shy I shake when I think of reaching out to you. I've tried so many times. It's just hard for me to be as vulnerable as I know I'll have to be with you. Okay. You are my angel, the guiding light in my ascension. So he is ascending. The light at the end of this dark tunnel I've been in. I'm like a moth to your flame, and I plan to run to you as soon as I can overcome this. All right. I know you're my true love. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I also know once I reach out, the ball's going to start rolling. So I just want to make sure that I'm good and ready. Okay, so he's just preparing. Looks like he's getting ready. He's had to put his career first, although he doesn't want you to think that he's putting his job in front of you, but it's so that you guys can have a stable future. He may also be realizing that he chose the job or the career he's in for the wrong reasons as well. Maybe he's trying to heal that, and he's trying to switch over to a different career as well as a possibility. So that all takes time, and that takes, him having to get to a point where he feels successful at that, or at least feels really great about presenting you with that information or something. They always have to feel like they've got some great news to share with you somehow, But he said, if everything goes as anticipated, he does plan on bringing you into the loop in a few weeks. So let's just hope and pray that's the case. I feel like grabbing a spirit card for some reason. You are seeing clearly and are about to make the right decision. Go for it. Is that him or is that her? Both of you, actually. Because you've needed to let go, and that's a really good thing. Wow, look at that. Congratulations. You're leveling up right now. So let go. Okay, so your letting go is enabling him to let go. And you really going for it in that way is also helping him to really go for it. Both of you are leveling up right now. So let go of what has been and allow the new to come in for it to be as smooth as possible. You have so much to look forward to, both of you. That's awesome. I love that. It's just amazing, these true love connections, how they change each other, how they alter each other, and how they're, if one starts growing and learning and leveling up, the other does too, in some other way too. So pretty cool. All right. 5074. Hi, Amy and the collective. I hope everyone is having a great week. My original divine masculine has resurfaced and is eagerly pursuing me. We currently live in different states, and he recently made arrangements to come see me in a few weeks. I'm a little nervous as I haven't seen him in over a year and a half. I'm just wondering if I can get a true love check true love spread to see what the current energies are. Thank you so much, Amy. I greatly appreciate you. I appreciate you too. You've been following me for a long time. This is so exciting that you guys are going to be getting together. I'm so glad. Yay. All right. So what's he thinking and feeling about her right now, please? What's he thinking and feeling about her right now? What's he thinking and feeling about her right now, please? He's probably so nervous too. You think you're nervous? He's really been feeling like like angels have an intervention in it or something, like they have something to do with it. He feels like you can feel him energetically, and he may have somebody else in his life that's been like either all about money or always like held money over him or something, like someone who says, you're not going to get your inheritance unless blah, blah, blah. Or maybe even somebody at work, like a female boss or something like that. Or maybe it's just somebody who has a feminine energy that's his boss. But anyway, whoever that is, he's got to like fight them off to come spend some time with you. He's got to fend that off because he misses you so damn much. And he's so tired of all the heartbreak and he just wants it over with. He also wants to cooperate with you and collaborate with you and just like get on the same page and express your love for each other. He wants to fight for you, however he would need to do that. He wants to make a judgment call. He's going through an awakening and he wants success and victory with you by his side. I feel like he's also getting out of a lack mentality. So if he used to feel kind of like negative sometimes about certain things in his life, I feel like he's choosing to be more optimistic. And he really is feeling like inspired for a brand new life with you and to have a commitment with you and balance things out. He sees an incredible opportunity right now that this is the time for him to be courageous and come have an amendment to your agreement. What does that mean? Maybe he promised you something and now he's going to make you kind of a different promise, but it's still a promise. So I don't know what that means, but it's like I didn't totally take it away and I didn't go back on what I said, but I do have to alter it. So I don't know what that means, but I guess you will, or I guess you'll find out. He's going to give you a very heartfelt message, and it's going to have something to do with the reason that he lied to you or hid from you had to do with fear. And he wants to apologize for that and let you know that he's like turning over a new leaf. And he's going away from fear being in control of him anymore. He doesn't want fear to control him like that. He wants to be more emotionally intelligent than that now. He might even be asking angels to help him to have success with you in a new life. He's healing. He's healing and learning to love himself more. And it's bringing him more joy and abundance. All right, so let's take a look at what else. He feels like he put work before you before. That same person who he's fighting against now to be able to come spend this time with you, they've won before. They're not winning this time. Despite how anything appears, I'm faithful to you. You haven't hold my heart. That's awesome. You haven't heard from me because I'm on vacation or been taking a break away from everyone and everything to feel refreshed and renewed for a new and strong start with you. So if he's being real quiet before he comes out, it's just because he's getting ready. I've been lying to you or hiding from you out of fear or to save face. However, I've pushed you away. Just know that it was a lie and I feel terrible. I will get honest with you at a future date. Okay, I don't trust this connection right now. Maybe it's what my friends have been saying. I'm just feeling skeptical. Am I imagining this? Am I delusional? Have you cast a spell on me? I hope it's real. So I feel like that's something that person before, the person who seems to kind of control him, his mother or his boss or something, or a mother who acts like a boss, somebody about that's like all about money and has a lack mentality, somebody very, very stubborn. I feel like they were the one who used to say that about you, and they are going to come clarify some things with you and communicate with you some of those concerns that person brought up, and they're going to see you. They're just going to have like a candid conversation with you and be like, "What do you think about this subject? What's the truth?" And you're going to tell the truth, and they're going to be like, "Damn, I knew it. That's exactly what I was thinking. Where I was thinking you were coming from. I can't believe that person tried to put that spin on it or act like you were trying to blah blah blah." Gosh, why did I listen to that stupid person? So I feel like he's just coming to clarify some of those things. I cry myself to sleep and toss and turn over this separation. I miss you so much. It's killing me not to reach out to you. I love you so much. I also know this isn't the time for us to happen just yet. So he's been waiting for just the right time to come talk to you and iron this out. I've been living a double life and I need to make some major changes to live a more authentic life. By the next time we talk, which should be fairly soon, I plan to be in a much better situation that you can be proud of. So he's just doing a cleanup job before he comes out there to balance everything out with you. And I feel like he's just, I feel him kind of in his strength right now, taking care of some things. It's like he made that commitment to you so that he has to follow through on it now. And it's given him strength because now he's like, okay, so in order to go be with her and do this, I'm going to have to now do that, 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 that. It's like making all the dominoes fall in a good way that empowers him. I'm so ashamed and embarrassed. I can't bear to look you in the eyes and tell you everything. I can't stand the thought of making you cry. Just let me build up the courage to confront this. So there are some things he's really embarrassed about having to admit to you, but he is willing to man up and talk to you about it. I'm working on a plan to surprise you right now, and I don't want you to have a clue about when, where, or how it's coming. Surrender to the mystery. It'll be worth the wait. So he's wanting to make things up to you. And the confusion it's caused and the misunderstandings and the conflict and the tears, and he's hated this time as well. But it just feels like this trip is really just going to offer you guys a lot of peace of mind and clarity, and finally like, we finally had it out. We finally get it. We're finally on the same page, and it's really going to deflate the power that this other person has had on him this whole time. So, and I do feel like he will confess who this person is and how much of a hold they've had on him and his decision making. And you're going to get the upper hand then, the both of you, actually, because you guys are being cahoots. They're not going to have any room to wiggle in between you guys anymore. So it'll be awesome. And he's not going to betray you like that anymore, just listening to somebody else and what they say. All right. 5076. Hi, Amy. I'd like to get a mini med bed or any energy, emotional support that my children may need. Okay. So she's got 4 questions, 4 requests here. Okay. The first one. Shashe pe na tain san se la mahamaan ha ela en chichin ta ela. Feels like she just needs to like wrap her head around the situation in the sense that it almost feels magical, like she needs to be told a story or read a story or understand it in such a way that puts her mind at ease. So just fairies are going to help her with that, to help put her mind at ease and to help her to feel kind of an eager anticipation. Tata shishihe inai ha papama of times to come, and to feel some peace and calm in the middle of a time of great change. Sasehina typhoon pamaan. Something about a blanket that she really loves. I feel like that would be a great comfort to her. So the story, the way that you work the story or use the story to give her peace of mind and in a security blanket of some sort, it feels like would be important for her. Shishi ina taike ilana pam pampaans. Say and good water. For some reason, I'm just feeling good water, like distilled water, like homemade distilled water, if you're able to do that. Or it could be spring water, they're saying. Just use the intention to like bliss her water. Yeah. Okay. So number 2. Pine Cheshihe Laki Intante Beta San Seshihe Ikins. She feels like she's the one who's got to be like all mature and take care of things and feels a little bit responsible. So I feel like give her a job, give her something to do that she could feel like, oh, this is my job I get to do during this time, and I get to um, help mom in this way and help dad in this way. And I can, give her something to do. It feels like she needs something to do. And I see a coloring book. If it's not a coloring book, it could be an art or creative project to work on or something to like preoccupy her mind, get her out of any kind of thinking and just get her in a creative mode. Hapamana I can say, and I also feel like dancing will be a big help for her right now. It would be really good for her. Hala na tain sensation. Something about embracing, having a talk with her about embracing change would be good. Hapona anana ishin hashi ike tataisan. Amen. Something eager, something to look forward to help her feel eager about something that's coming in the future would be good too. Okay. And then I'm going to also cover them with protection when we're all done here, all of you. Okay, number 3. Tai son sa shikina hapon pumahana ai ligidina or maan halakititin. I feel like he just really depends a lot on the other 2. If they're doing okay, he'll be okay. Chichi na atensen say. I feel like his comfort comes a lot from food, like comfort food. Taihi his son say shiki la hai in ha'an ha pup 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 pup. He needs something to do that's outside or outdoorsy. I feel like climbing something, building something, a fort or something like that. Even if you build a fort inside or have like a tent in the living room, having fun like that, or any kind of like a camping or ropes, or maybe teach him how to tie knots or something. I feel like he either would or does really get into like survival type stuff, like cool, like knowing certain types of plants you can eat and what you can't eat. And if this isn't something he's into yet, like I feel like he will be. So just keep that in mind. Teach him how to do all the things that men do growing up, like taking out the garbage and having certain responsibilities and dumping this and taking out that and carrying this and making sure that things are taken care of and kind of being like a protector of everyone and looking out for everyone and taking care of his own, like looking out for himself as well. I feel like puzzles would be good for him. Like, I feel like just puzzles, he really loves puzzles. And that's another activity that gets you really present in the moment. So it's really good for you. So, and walks. He would really love to take some walks. He really likes to be outside, or he does well being outside, getting away from it all. Okay, so for you, I feel like just really being patient with yourself, being kind and loving to yourself, cutting yourself a lot of slack, giving yourself validation, putting your hand on your heart, assuring yourself of your love for yourself and that it's not going anywhere. No matter what you have to go through, it's okay and you're doing your very best. Cutting yourself a lot of slack, being very loving. Tai and Sensei, and being loving to yourself will enable you to be loving to anyone else in the situation as well. Tahai pehema ashin. Hatetin sasikela aihe naon. Okay, so I'm going to get some spirit cards going. So Spirit, what do you want to say right now? And we're going to pull a card on who's looking out for you right now. Okay, so what do you want to say right now? What do you want to say for her right now, please? What do you want to tell her right now? Your objective right now is to continue your healing work. As everything is working out behind the scenes, just focus on you and your healing. Okay. Cry and get it all out. This is just a purging to clear the way for better things ahead. So make sure you validate your feelings, like I was saying, and that you get your feelings out and that you definitely cry, and show them it's okay to cry. You know, everybody needs to learn that it is okay. It's okay to have those emotions. Another thing to keep in mind is you need to mind your own business and focus on loving yourself the way that person or people can't love themselves. In doing so, you're healing the world, healing yourself, healing the world, minding your own business, not paying attention to what anybody else is doing, but just focusing completely on you and your healing. You're not getting that apology or that thing you think they owe you, so stop giving your power away. You give yourself what you need and the words that you need to hear to heal, not them. All right. Laugh it all off. Humor is the best medicine and your greatest weapon against any negativity. So just have a great sense of humor about whatever goes down as well. Don't let it scare you. They just said, don't let it scare you. Okay. All right. So who is it that's helping her and these kids right now? Whoops. Who is it that's helping her and the kids right now? Both. Divine Masculine. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? I wasn't expecting that one. All right. Star Maiden just peeked through too. So you might want to listen to my talk recently. It talks about the Star Maiden. I think it was the Mercury retrograde talk. You might want to watch that one. Okay, Thoth. Your purpose is to activate the divine masculine on Earth. This mission will take you into numerous life lessons and personal trials as you heal your own heart and awaken to your spiritual wisdom. You have the capacity to lead by example and become a noble teacher for others. With Thoth, when Thoth appears, it's a powerful message of healing through personal responsibility and stepping up to sacred duty. Your healing wounded masculine energy, which shows up frequently in men, but can be present in women or other gender identities. Examples of wounded masculine energy are fear of being vulnerable, living only in your head, inability to be present, numbing yourself with addictions, being ego-driven, controlling or dominating others, and emotional unavailability. A soul teacher is coming into your life embodying divine masculine qualities, clear communication, self-inquiry and understanding, connection to emotions, reverence for the awakened feminine, and responsibility for actions in connection to spirit. Drawing this card can point to healing the relationship with your father. This will help you claim your soul's purpose. You're trusted and appreciated. Your awakened masculine light is needed by this world. So additional meanings are, and I just heard, you don't need a man. You can be your own man in a way. This is a message of love from your father, is another meaning. You can trust the man about whom you're inquiring. Isn't that interesting? Join or lead a men's male identifying spiritual growth group. Hi, I'm here for the group. Oh, only girl here, but my oracle card said I should come. An invocation would be, my life is guided by the eternal masculine. I commit to this path. So there you go. And I just saw the word forgive. So I feel like forgiving a certain masculine in your life who might happen to be a trustworthy and good father. So focus on those traits. Focus on the good within him is what I feel. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Amy. You're amazing and have blissed our lives. Love you. Love you too. Best of luck, and please keep me apprised. Okay. I have to go to the restroom before we finish here. Oh, that's interesting. Need to look at something for a minute as well. Okay. Hi, Amy. Oh, 5082. And this is the last one. And it's three questions. Okay. Hi, Amy. Thank you so much for being you. I have 2 questions. You're welcome. All right. Number 1, will you please do a true love spread to follow up on where things are between me and my masculine and where I stand with him? Every reading with you has been consistent that he wants to be with me and that he's overcoming obstacles of unworthiness, people pleasing, and insecurities about money. I friend zoned him 11 years ago, and we began something romantic in April, and he began distancing himself in June. My heart hurts that I've lost my friend and that we have not reconciled. We don't communicate anymore. Well, that's not going to last because this is true love. It always comes back around. So that's what I have to say about that so far. But let's take a look at his, his cards. And let me just make sure that's still on. Okay, here we go. Because I may as well have my healing while I'm sitting here, right? All right. So what's he thinking and feeling about her at this point, please? What's he thinking? Do I have my masculine cards? Okay, good. What's he thinking and feeling about her right now? What's he thinking and feeling about her right now? What's he thinking about and feeling about her right now as things stand with him? Interesting. Well, he misses you like crazy. He knows eventually you guys will be back sharing each other's, sharing your feelings with each other, and he'll have his success when that happens. I feel like he's going to try to come back in the door with some kind of a sweet little message, but it's going to end up being a heart pouring. And it's like he's afraid to say what he's got to say because he's going to end up crying, or, it's like it feels like he's trying to be careful because I feel like he's got so much he wants to say to you that he's been holding back, that it's a little bit overwhelming for him to try to express it right now. He's going to try to appear to be unworried, and to be all mature and say it like it's meant. But I just feel like he's just like he's got to get it out. He's just got to get it out. He's going to send you some kind of a text message or send you some kind of a message to try to bring some rapport back again. I feel like he's got a ton of regret over the mental conflict that he caused between you guys, and this not a rift, but like the tear apart. He wants a brand new, he's feeling inspired by his missing you to like spring back into action and have a brand new start, but he wants a fresh new start. It's like, can you please forgive me? Can we please start over again? I thought I was ready, but it ended up going into a false start. I lied to you. and I hid from you, or maybe even to avoid lying to you, he hid from you. Maybe he was hiding from you somebody else or something like that when you guys had your conversations, and maybe he felt like, well, maybe he feels now that he wants to like get on the same page and kind of, there's such a feeling of cooperation now from the masculines. Like, I want to work with her now. I want to not even necessarily like work on a project, but like, I want to work with her now rather than leaving her in the dark about things that are going on. I want to bring her into this dynamic and be working toward a common goal. And I feel like he wants to fight with you for your success and victory, whatever you guys have to fight, whatever demons you have to fight, whatever people you have to fight, whatever opinions you have to fight, whatever relatives who don't share, that don't approve, any kind of judgments. It's like he wants to squash anybody's disapproval of the situation as well. Like, so maybe he had some people who didn't like the like that you guys were going to be together. And he felt judged, and maybe he was afraid of that judgment at first, but now he's just like, nope, whatever it is, we're going to put the kibosh on that. Like, together, we will be a united front and show everybody that it's the best thing that could ever happen. I also feel like he could be working on a surprise for you, to try to make up for some things that have happened. He's also overcoming the grip that fear has had on him in his life and this connection. Yeah, so let's look at some masculine cards here. These are my notes from your beloved ghoster cards that I have available on my website as well. Yeah, he feels like it's like he was on the verge of committing to you, and then he didn't, and then he was scared to death that he could lose you to somebody else. It's like it brought her right into the arms of another lover, or that's what he was afraid of anyway. Don't be surprised if I show up at your door. Holy cow. I know you're my true love. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I also know once I reach out, the ball is going to start rolling, so I just want to make sure that I'm good and ready. Please tell me you'll treat me like an adult and not a child. It's important for me to feel respected and for you to see me with new eyes. I've matured a lot, and I want you to see me how I am now, not then. So he doesn't want to be judged for how he used to be. You are seriously, literally the answer to my prayers, my dream girl. Say you'll say yes. If I do, I'm nervous because I'm seriously planning to propose or elope. So get ready. I could really use some consistent messages of love while I go through some tough stuff. Please hold my hand from a distance while I get over this hump. I'll explain later. Even energetically, send your prayers. Definitely be praying that he get through whatever he needs to get through with all the support he can from the other side. Yeah, he has some overbearing and controlling people in his life that he's afraid will try to control you too. So he's working on establishing good boundaries and gaining respect before bringing you into that whole dynamic. If we were intimate and I ran away, please know that it wasn't you. It was just so intense and super awesome, so I ran feeling undeserving. I'll get my courage back and I will come back around. So he's not gone anywhere. I can feel you in the energetic realm when you pray for me and talk to me telepathically. It's really helping me, so please keep it up. It's giving me faith. That's awesome. Don't underestimate the power of our love. Expect a miracle. So he still obviously holds out for you and has a lot of hope in this connection. He just knows he's got to get over some things to best get ready for you guys to come together. Okay, so let's look at your second question. In the meantime, my second question pertains to my good friend introducing me to his brother on a blind date in July, and I'm curious about our connection. He's been separated for 10 years in the middle of a divorce that will finalize probably the beginning of the year. His growth journey began 10 years ago, and he came out of the abyss in 2016. It's been refreshing to spend time with him because he's the most self-aware, solid, grounded, happy, and peaceful man I've ever met. We laugh a lot. He's very intelligent and very lucky and intuitive too. He speaks things into existence. We're taking things slowly, getting to know each other, but the connection caught me off guard, and it's very different than the connection with the DM above. He's got a 13 and a 12-year-old, and one of them isn't ready for him to date. Will you please do a spread to see if this is what this is between us and where this might be going? Yeah, I mean, I just wonder if your divine masculine somehow senses this other guy on the scene, because remember, he said he put you straight into somebody else's arms. That's pretty crazy. Maybe he was sensing that in the 5D, or or just knows you're such a catch. Like, dude, if I I just let her go. I just put the fish back out in the water. There's like a million piranhas that are going to be going after her. So how does he feel and think about her right now, please? What's he thinking and feeling about her right now? The new guy. What's the new guy thinking and feeling about her right now, please? What's this new guy thinking and feeling about her right now, please? The one that caught her off guard. What's he thinking and feeling about her? He often thinks back to the conversations you guys have had, and he laughs or smiles about it. He feels like you're an incredible opportunity. He feels like that together you guys could go through a lot of healing. He feels like you're very emotionally mature, intelligent. He may be dealing with some people pleasing yet. He's trying to get away from it. He's trying to heal it, but he still has a little bit left that's kind of hanging on by a thread. He knows it's a self-imposed prison, and it keeps him in hiding. So he's kind of intuitively feeling like he should actually stay away from you a little bit, because I feel like he maybe even senses the other guy. He wants to see that you walked away from that other connection first. Like emotionally, he wants to feel like you're done with that. And maybe he still feels like your heart is with him a bit, and he doesn't want to get betrayed or hurt. I feel like he thinks that you have everything he's ever wanted, that he would really love to go to the next level with you. And he feels like with you, like you guys could really be yourselves with each other, and that you guys could have a really bright future. I feel like, yeah, he feels like he wants to actually share these things with you. He wants to be honest with you. He wants to take a leap of faith and see what happens if he's just like kind of blunt about all this, and maybe tells you some things that he's been holding back from you. He also may be healing a drinking problem, and he's really super proud of himself, and he's going to be telling you that. He really does. He has put you up on a pedestal, and he feels like you've got everything without him, like you don't really need him. But at the same time, it's like he's got a good, solid offer for you. But he does feel like you kind of stand your own ground, like you do well for yourself on your own, like you don't really need him. But he feels like that's a healthy connection, like that's a good thing. So he's going to break away from whoever he's been trying to people please. Whoever he's been people pleasing, just so you know, like they've been lying to him too. They haven't been telling him the whole story. And he has a feeling. He has a feeling. It's almost like he's been like double betrayed. Like it almost feels like an ex is trying to guilt him into staying or something like that. So he's been doing that. But or kind of like he keeps letting her hook him. But at the same time, it's like she's got another lover she's doing the same thing with. Like she's betraying him. She's like cheating on him, or just playing the other guy, so it's like there's a part of him that knows that, and he's gaining clarity on that situation, and he's going to lay the burden down by having an epiphany happen. he himself also has to let go of somebody in his past in order to embrace things with you. So both of you are kind of on the same page. You're both working on the same things in life. Both of you both are thinking about the opportunity you guys have with each other, and both of you are wanting to let go so that you can have new. So I think you're in a good place. It's just both of you have, I would say, like 3 steps to go till you could be together. And it involves getting rid of people in your past that could hold you back, could hold your connection back, or could attempt to, you know. But I do feel like this definitely has like a soulmate feel, more of a soulmate feel, and that he's he doesn't want to get hurt. He doesn't want to get hurt, but I do feel that there's definitely a lot of potential if you can open your heart and let go of the other guy. I feel like there could be a lot there for you guys. Okay, so your third question. Hi, Amy. Will you please do a reading on my business? I'm expanding my clinic and with a larger overhead. I'd like to get a sense of the secret that I'm capable of within my expansion. Success. Isn't that funny that I said secret? There must be some kind of a secret. I'd like to get a sense of the success that I'm capable of with my expansion. And if there's some sort of healing we can do for my business and me to clear any obstacles, that would be amazing. Thank you. Okay, so let's take a look at your business. And I feel like grabbing some of these oracle cards in regards to the business as well. And I just looked at a card. What's really weird, I just had a card in mind, and it wasn't the card that was at the bottom of the deck, but the card that I had in mind was, this is, you are being supported in this creative new endeavor or something like that. You're giving birth to a new idea. And then I also saw a card about busy times and multitasking. And I just saw you're going through a pruning, which is going to, obviously grow you much larger. I feel like don't let the expansion get ahead of you. Like your heart has to expand as equally as the products are expanding. The overhead, as you referred to it, it feels like your heart also needs to be expanding just as much somehow. I don't know if that means more meditation, more qigong, but something also from the heart needs to be expanding as much. Spend time alone in nature, meditating on your desires and intentions, and the angels will help you to gain a positive perspective. So definitely be using those affirmations also that I talk about all the time. Thank you, God, that I feel like I've won the lottery in every area of my life. I'm so completely loved and supported in all ways and always. So be saying that. Thank you so much for all the incredible opportunities happening for me in my business. Thank you so much that I am flourishing and thriving in this incredible time. This is the most exciting time I've ever seen, and the most incredible, miraculous things are happening for me at this time. Your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. So I feel like this is also something that you're going to be doing as part of your practice or whatever this is you're doing. I feel like you're going to be helping people release anger and also open up their own hearts, which is why it's important for you it feels like you might be too much in your masculine side if you go all about the products or the overhead stuff. So it's like you got to keep your receptive soft side going too. So you got to balance your feminine and masculine energies and be nice and patient with yourself. A happy move to a new home or place of employment is in the works. This movement will usher in positive new energy. So this is a positive change you're making. Victory, your desire is coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. So you're on the right track. You're doing the right things. Just make sure you stay in balance. Let yourself sparkle and shine. You are guided to be bold and show your bigger than life side to the world. So go out there and come out of hiding. You might want to watch that reading about Mercury retrograde. There's a timestamp down below that talks about coming out of hiding. You might want to watch that message. Unnecessary worries. Release the burden of worries by giving them to God for healing and solutions. Forgiveness heals. Time to release old toxic stuff from your life and embrace this new gentleness with healthy communication and relationships. Divine intervention is kicking in with Mercury retrograde, helping you to master those communication skills right now. Definitely watch that Mercury retrograde reading that just came out, or that talk. Anything else? Who's helping her right now? Who's helping her during this time? Who's helping her right now? Avalon Priestess, intuitive awakening. Cool. All right. A, B. Okay, here we go. Meditate, wait, and listen. Sacred initiations. The ethereal touch of the Avalon Priestess comes as a reminder that you are inherently intuitive being, that you are an inherently intuitive being. She whispers soul memories of your inner psychic gifts. Meditation, retreat, and sacred silence are needed to activate your third eye chakra and open up channels between yourself and spirit. Your life may be changing to accommodate the intense process of awakening dormant priestess skills. This applies no matter your gender identification. If you frequently draw this card, it means your soul carries experience of priestess abilities. You're ready to see the world beyond the veil once again. The unlocking of your intuitive energy has a great impact on your life because it's a soul rebirth. An enormous recalibration of your energy system is at work. Your third eye has been blocked or damaged for eons, so be patient with the healing process. If your question is about how to proceed with a situation, this card asks you to pause, reflect, and listen to your inner voice. Don't take action yet, as there's more truth and information that needs to surface. So I just feel like as you go through the growing pains and little bumps and bruises you're going to go through, don't get disheartened. Keep your affirmations up and keep meditating. I would even do a divine guidance council meeting on it at least once a week for a while till you feel like you're gaining some momentum and you've built a good solid foundation. Meditate every day for 20 to 30 minutes. Take a retreat from the world. Visit the sacred sites of Avalon. Train or work as a professional intuitive. What you're sensing intuitively about this issue is accurate. Your invocation is, I safely activate my intuitive gifts. I see sacred truths. So what you were feeling intuitively is that you're going to go through this miraculous expansion, and you're absolutely going to do that. It's just that it's, you got to release some things, and you've got to stay optimistic with the bumps and bruises that you're about to go through, but keep your chin up, keep your affirmations going, keep meditating through it, and you'll be just fine. Decision. Sometimes the best decision is no decision at all. So don't feel pressured to make a decision. If you feel like you're up against a deadline on something, just take your time. Take your time until you truly know. You don't have to give somebody an answer. Just tell them, I need time to sort this out, to really feel this out. And then you come forward when you know your truth. Truth is different at different levels of consciousness. Reserve judgment. And then self. If beating yourself up worked, you'd be thin, rich, and happy. Try loving yourself instead. So validate yourself all along the way. And it's going to help you and everybody else that you're involved with in this endeavor. And I just saw the word success. You're going to have success with this. You're going to do very well. Wow, you deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires, and don't compromise. So just Maybe write a mission statement and make sure that you do not veer from that mission statement no matter what. All right, so let's do your guys' general blissing. Everybody just drop your shoulders and relax for a moment. Here we go. Set your intention on whatever you'd like to happen. And as long as it's within everybody's highest good and everybody, that it's respecting everybody's free will, then it will be enhanced and amplified while I do this. Papan shishina tai san se la he pam pamaan. Teki it san se shishi e la popo pomahana e la. San se shi la kiri pum puma ons. Ha la e san se. Shishi kidan tante sa se he la oho maan. Ha shishi he ken san si china apom. Ha la ha na atake. All right. Have yourselves a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you again to those of you in the chat. I really appreciate you being here. And have a fun weekend. And what else? I guess that's it. Oh, if you want to order a question to be in one of these Ask Amy Q&As, just go to awakenedalliance.org, or you can go to amysatori.com. It'll take you there anyway. So you go to awakenedalliance.org, become a member, and then once you're in, you go to the services, and then you click on Ask Amy, and you can ask your question there. All right, talk to you guys next week. Bye.